What's up everybody, it's your name, and welcome to the channel. Russia is huge, like mind-blowingly huge. We're diving deep into the heart of Russia to uncover 10 cities that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about the place. We're talking stunning architecture, rich history, vibrant culture. Russia's got it all. This isn't your average top 10 list. We're going beyond the guidebooks to find those hidden gems and iconic landmarks. Make sure to watch till the end, you won't want to miss number 1, let's dive in. Alright, let's kick things off in Moscow, the city that somehow manages to be both ancient and futuristic at the same time. You've got the Kremlin, this massive fortress that's like stepping back in time, right next to these crazy tall skyscrapers that look like they belong in a sci-fi movie. And you can't talk about Moscow without mentioning Red Square. It's surrounded by history, from Lenin's mausoleum to the iconic St. Basil's Cathedral, which honestly looks like something out of a fairy tale with those colorful onion domes. Moscow isn't just about the past. This city is a whirlwind of energy with some of the coolest art, music, and food you'll ever experience. Trust me, you will never be bored in Moscow. Next up, we're heading to Saint Petersburg, a city so beautiful it'll make your jaw drop. This is where the Tsars really went all out, building palaces and cathedrals that are straight out of a dream. First up, you gotta check out the Hermitage Museum. It's one of the largest and oldest museums in the world, packed with more art than you could ever see in a lifetime. And then there's the Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood, which is even more impressive in person than it is in pictures. But the real magic of St. Petersburg happens during the White Nights Festival in the summer. Imagine this, the sun barely sets, the whole city's glowing, and there are classical music concerts happening everywhere you look. It's like stepping into a different world. Now let's jump to Kaliningrad, a city that's like a time capsule of European history, right on the Baltic Sea. Kaliningrad used to be called Königsberg, and was actually part of Germany for centuries. Walking around, you'll see these beautiful cobblestone streets lined with buildings that wouldn't look out of place in Berlin or Vienna. Make sure to check out the Königsberg Cathedral, a stunning example of brick Gothic architecture that survived World War II. Kaliningrad isn't just about the past, it's got a really cool art scene, great food, and some of the best amber you'll find anywhere in the world. Trust me, Kaliningrad is one of those hidden gems that you'll want to tell everyone about. Alright, get ready to travel back in time, like way back. We're talking about Veliki Novgorod, one of the oldest cities in Russia, dating back to the 9th century. The star of the show here is the St. Sophia Cathedral, built in 1045. This thing is ancient, but it's still standing strong, with these beautiful golden domes that dominate the city skyline. The inside is just as impressive, filled with centuries-old frescoes and icons that are seriously awe-inspiring. Veliki Novgorod isn't just about ancient history, it's also surrounded by this incredible natural beauty. You've got the Volkhov River flowing right through the city, and you can take a boat trip to see the nearby Lake Ilmen. Next up, we're heading to Siberia, but not the Siberia you might be picturing. Irkutsk is a city that totally defies expectations. It's this charming, vibrant place with colorful wooden houses, stunning churches, and a history that's as rich as the Siberian forests. But the real reason to come to Irkutsk is Lake Baikal. This isn't just any lake, guys, this is the deepest lake on Earth, holding 20% of the world's fresh water. It's so clear you can see up to 130 feet down, and the surrounding mountains are just breathtaking. You can go hiking, kayaking, swimming, or just chill on the shore and soak it all in. And speaking of soaking, you have to try a traditional Russian banya while you're in Irkutsk. Now, let's talk about Nizhny Novgorod, a city that often gets overlooked by tourists, but trust me, it's a hidden gem. Located at the confluence of the Volga and Oka rivers, Nizhny Novgorod has this really cool, laid-back vibe that you don't always find in big cities. The highlight here is the Nizhny Novgorod Kremlin, which offers some of the best views in the city. Nizhny Novgorod is also a city with a surprisingly vibrant art scene. Check out the art factory Etaji, this massive former printing house that's been transformed into a creative hub. And don't miss the Nizhny Novgorod Art Museum, which houses an impressive collection of Russian art. Next, we're heading to Yekaterinburg, a city that's both beautiful and tragic. This was the place where the last Tsar of Russia, Nicholas II, and his family were executed during the Russian Revolution. You can visit the Church on the Blood, built on the site of their execution, which is now a pilgrimage site for many Russians. But Yekaterinburg is much more than just its tragic past. It's a city that's reinventing itself as a center for art and culture. Check out the Yeltsin Center, a museum dedicated to Boris Yeltsin, the first president of Russia. And if you're into street art, you'll love exploring the streets of Yekaterinburg. The city has a thriving street art scene. Now get ready to go on an adventure because we're heading to Vladivostok, the last stop on the Trans-Siberian Railway and Russia's gateway to the Pacific. This city is all about dramatic landscapes, with hills rolling down to the sea, bridges connecting islands, and a rugged beauty that'll take your breath away. One of the coolest things about Vladivostok is its bridges. You've got the Golden Bridge, this massive cable-stayed bridge that connects the city center to Rusky Island. The views from these bridges are just insane, especially at sunset. And speaking of views, you have to take a ferry to Rusky Island. This place is like a whole other world with pristine beaches, forests, and cliffs, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Alright, let's switch gears and head to Kazan, the capital of Tatarstan, a republic within Russia with its own distinct language and culture. Kazan is a fascinating blend of East and West, where you'll find mosques and churches standing side by side. The most iconic landmark in Kazan is the Kul Sharif Mosque, a stunning blue and white mosque that dominates the Kazan Kremlin. And speaking of breathtaking, you have to try the local Tatar cuisine while you're in Kazan. It's a unique blend of Russian and Central Asian influences, and it's absolutely delicious. Make sure to try the chakchak, a sweet pastry made with honey and nuts, and the ekpokmak, a savory pastry filled with meat and potatoes. Last but not least, we're heading to Sochi, Russia's most famous resort city. Located on the Black Sea coast, Sochi is a place where you can find everything from stunning beaches to snow-capped mountains. Sochi hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics, and you can still visit many of the Olympic venues, including the Fished Olympic Stadium. The city has a beautiful waterfront promenade, perfect for a stroll, and there are plenty of cafes and restaurants where you can enjoy the views. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can take a cable car up to the Rosakutor Alpine Resort, where you can enjoy stunning views of the Caucasus Mountains. So there you have it, guys. 10 of the most amazing cities Russia has to offer. From the historical wonders of Moscow and Saint Petersburg, to the hidden gems of Kaliningrad and Nizhny Novgorod, Russia has something for everyone. I don't know about you, but I'm already planning my next trip. Now, I want to hear from you. Which city are you dying to visit? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. See you in the next one.